Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is the 39th century BC in world history. We're talking about the years from 3900 BC to 3800 BC, that 100-year time period. And we're talking about a period of time, a long time ago, but not in a galaxy far away, here on good old planet Earth. Now, the historical record is scanty to say the least, but there are a few things we know from that century. The Post Track, an ancient causeway in the Somerset Levels in England, was built during this time, around 3838 BC, one of the oldest engineered roads discovered in northern Europe, in the valley of the River Brue. And it was a timber trackway constructed with long ash planks with lime and hazel posts along 3-meter intervals. And there was speculation that it led to places of spiritual significance. Well, this is, I think, archaeological speculation. Okay, the Sweet Track was another ancient causeway, also in the Somerset Levels. And this is the second oldest timber trackway discovered in northern Europe, built in around 3807 BC, and they determined that from tree ring dating. And this causeway was named after the finder, Ray Sweet. It was built over the Post Track, so the same spot. And it was a 2,000 meter long, not very long, 2,000 meter long road, or 6,600 feet between the island of Westhay and a ridge in Shapwick, a walkway over waterlogged soil and, I think, ocean between this island and the mainland. And it was used for 10 years, built by Neolithic farmers. This is in southwest England. So very interesting. These folks built a causeway, which is over, basically, like you could say, like a road over water, or a swamp, or ocean. And for some reason, they thought this was better to get to this island rather than taking a boat. They could just walk there. So this was some big job, right? Now, also in the 39th century BC, the plow was in use. Of course, it had been in use because it's a very important part for agriculture. Now, the most, I think the most important geographic feature in history, and certainly during this time period, was rivers. Because, aside from air, air is the number one need of life. Of course, we have to breathe all the time. But it's all around us, it's in the air. But the second most important thing we need is water for so many different things, for drinking and for cooking and for cleaning, washing clothes and so forth, all kinds of uses, cleaning in the home, and also for agriculture. You need water. Of course, you have rain, hopefully, but also you can get water from other sources through irrigation. And also for transportation. Now, the interesting thing about the Earth is that we have all these oceans, which are massive amounts of water, but they're salty. You can't drink them. And not very good for washing things either, or cooking. I think it's kind of salty food. But and anyway, but the oceans, of course, are good for transportation. You can sail on them and so forth. Now, rivers, on the other hand, which drain the land from rainfall and empty into the ocean. If you get away from the mouth of the ocean, it's kind of salty by the mouth, but if you get away, it's fresh water. See? Very good. Also good for transportation, at least if you're going downstream, and good for all the uses in life. So during this time, of course, and at this, the time we're talking about, rivers were very important for transportation and continue to be up until really the railroad and the automobile and the airplane, which today's world, we don't think of rivers that much, except for industrial shipping, still important, and for for recreation. And so if in the 39th century BC, most people, or where there were large numbers of people, and you could say what we call civilization was along rivers. In China, in the Yellow River and the Yangtze River. In India, the Ganges, the Holy River, in the east, and the Indus in the west. In what's now Iraq, the Tigris and Euphrates. In northeast Africa, the Nile, and in Central Africa, the Congo. In North America, the Mississippi, and in South America, the Amazon. So these were very important places where people were living because of rivers and all the thing, because of the supreme importance of water in life, fresh water, and also for transportation. Very important inland transportation, faster than you need a beast of burden or carrying things yourself. But on a river going, and even if the current isn't too strong, you can have fellows pulling the boat easier than traveling on land because you're using the water, and it's soft and easy to travel. Okay, so now in this time period again, agriculture was the most important thing. Well, agriculture and metallurgy, because the development of agriculture and better, more productive agriculture. What it meant is that more and more people could do other things. If you think of life today, all the things that are important, yes, we need to eat, but there's so many other things in life. And if everyone's a farmer, then what are you going to do? Then you're just living very very simple lives, and you can't do all the other things that people enjoy and are important in life. So the development of agriculture was important, and metallurgy. Metallurgy was happening, and taking ores from the earth, metallic ores, and processing them and using them for weapons, for spear points, and for plows, like we talked about earlier, because you need the plows were important for farming, and making your furrow and then planting and so forth. And all kinds of things in life. Just imagine in the home, all the different things that are important, and for different parts of transportation, parts of wagons and so forth. Okay. Now the other one very important point is that during this time, for a very long time, the Eurasian land mass was really the place to be because it was this vast east-west land mass, east-west. And again, the foundation of life was agricultural development and productivity. And agriculture means plants, and plants don't travel north-south because the climate changes. Plants can travel east-west, where the climate's the same. And the Eurasian landmass is the biggest east-west landmass in the world. So, in other words, if a plant for farming, for food, was developed in any part of the Eurasian landmass, news could travel, and it could be planted and grown in other parts. So this really so this is why the Eurasian landmass saw so much happening in terms of progress. Other areas like North America and South America were isolated from the rest of the world and from each other, really, because the Panama Canal was so narrow. And northern Africa was the barren Sahara Desert, and the sub-Saharan desert was really isolated because of the Sahara. From the other part, from the Eurasian landmass. So that was the important place to be, the Eurasian landmass, because things, and if you study history, it was Europe that really became the dominant, and actually in Asia things were happening a lot. The development of wealth in India and China. So anyway, that's the story of the 39th century. So much more to learn. This is just a brief, some brief ideas about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care. And I'll see you next time.